today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ryan Tannehill and the Los Angeles Chargers taking on Russell Wilson and the New York Jets.
After 5 seasons playing in Carson, the Chargers have a new home, and it's the beautiful new SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. We're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 32-year-old quarterback in his 9th season in the NFL. It's Ryan Tannehill.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 75 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. They're having a tough time.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And He returns this to the 22.
On the return.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a 6-time Pro Bowler now in his 9th NFL season. It's Russell Wilson.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
And it's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. I wonder what he did with it.
26, Le'Veon Bell.
The numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 18 carries, 115 yards.
Second and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson, snap to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, Bell. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be. Right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Travis Kelce. That's good for a Jet.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there. They've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2. They'll try again with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Complete. It's Henry. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Needed more than 3, but that's all they got. And it's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. And we check the rushing numbers so far here in the Week week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. This complete to Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
That's good.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando. The coach, he'll have stats. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Julian Edelman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Butker on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. This one might be going the other way. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2 inch ones that you can buy and use the addition to the pencil.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
2nd and 10.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
For the point after.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
At their own 34.
Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him?
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, some credit there to H.M.J.A Green, because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
He's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
And he's going to keep it here. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Second down at 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to take the lead.
All-pro tight end Travis Kelce had 97 catches last year in the regular season on his way to a Super Bowl title with Kansas City. And while he's a weapon anywhere on the field, as you get closer to the end zone, you really have to look out. Witness what he did in the playoffs. 3 touchdown catches against Houston in the divisional round, and a big one in the Super Bowl against San Francisco, which keyed Kansas City's comeback.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Looking for Chark again. This time he's got him. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Got him there. It's running. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And caught by Henry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. It's incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. But now it's 3rd down.
And 8 yards.
Again, Tannehill. Able to find one. That's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one.
Look at this. Big game. And scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Live on defense.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Julio. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Broncos who have the lead in the second quarter. Keenan Allen, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we take the long trek eastward to Tampa, check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. 28-21, the final score. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys lead it on the road. So let's get you back to L.A., where I'll hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Jets now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Bell. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Going to throw deep for the end zone, and that is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And that would be incomplete. Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. First down there, but it's incomplete. The rookie CeeDee Lamb, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. 3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
A gain of 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Charger drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to put it away. And loose football. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, DJ Chark. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
Lutz with the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Jets take over 1st and 10. At their own
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And the Jets are going to get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Bell running on 1st down as he'll push forward for about 3.
On the carry.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
2nd and 7.
They go play action now. Wilson. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That's good for a Jet.
Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle, and then bounce. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to to take over in this game.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And it is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Tannehill.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Tannehill throwing again. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable. And he loses the football a second time. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And at the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On first down, Bell. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they take a knee.
Wilson on the keeper.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to